Hello?
Hello, hello. Good morning, Manila. Good evening, stateside. Welcome to another episode with In Love with Me series. As I introduce to you guys a man that I've known for quite some time. We actually call him family. We've seen him through so many exciting times, memories with my husband and I. We've been following his journey and what he has built and what he has been doing to inspire others. And I am so happy to have him here this morning. And thank you, Alex, for taking the time to. I know you've been working so hard during these challenging times, and we're all excited to hear from you. So, without further ado, let me introduce you guys to the Lumpia Chef, the owner of the Lumpia Company, Alex Retodo. Hi, Alex.
Hello?
Yeah.
Unmuted. You can hear me, right? I'm gonna start the video right now. Sorry. I feel like an 80-year-old dad now.
Still funny as usual.
This is my second Zoom. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, it's okay because I've seen you. You've been working so hard.
Can you see me right now? No.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm trying to put start video. I'm sure everybody wants to see this, and it says unable to start video.
Okay.
So we might be behind here, man.
I know we have a lot of friends tuned in, so I want to say hi to all of them.
HD camera, do I go to that?
Yeah, you go to camera.
Yeah,
There, I'll ask you to turn on your video.
Start my video. Boom. Boom.
There you are.
There it is. There it is. See?
So how have you been?
I've been great. I mean, business has been great, and it's just different, had to adjust and stuff, but I've been lucky, I guess I could say. So that's where I say I've been great. Yeah, I mean, with everything going down, it's not the greatest of times, but I'm very thankful for where I'm at. So how you guys been?
We've been good. I mean, it is challenging, like you said, but I think it's all about just motivating each other, making sure that we are healthy, we are staying home, just so that we can, avoid, the meeting with people or following the rules for the social distancing. But I've been following you. I've been seeing what you've been doing. You're busy as ever, I think.
Yeah, you answered the question for me. I've been busy. Like, I barely made this interview because no, honestly, there's like a beef shortage, and it's like I got like, at least 100 customers coming tomorrow requesting the bacon cheeseburger lumpia, but then all my sources were tapped out with ground beef and chicken. So I had to like pull from different places, and wasn't until 5 o'clock that I found the source, and I had to do that to secure tomorrow's food. So it's crazy.
Yeah. So just to rewind a little bit, like I mentioned earlier, we've known you maybe since 2003 or so, and you've known Nick for way back.
Been a fanboy. I'm a fanboy.
But with that, I know you were doing other things. You were doing marketing. You were doing promotions for events. So tell us about that first.
I mean, who knows? Yeah, I mean, I just always been inspired to just move the culture out here in America, the Filipino American culture, and I started as I guess you could say nightclub promoter, which was a pretty cool thing back then because we didn't have nightclubs of our own. So in the Bay Area, my crew and I, we created the first ever, college party on a weekly basis. And that became the home of just the scene, just like you have out there in Manila. So that's just, that's my first taste of entrepreneurship. And at the same
Yeah.
time, I was a fan of sports and basketball and football and watching players from the Bay Area like Jason Kidd and Gary Payton. And
Mhm.
I used to go to this pro am San Francisco pro am thing where it's like summer basketball and the pros like Steph Curry and them playing it now. But back then it was
Yeah.
Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, and then they had some tall Asian guy on the team, and he was just getting alley oops from Jason Kidd, and I said, "Man, this Chinese guy is crazy." And then I saw the name on the roster said Velasco. Oh man, he must be Portuguese or Mexican. And then I saw him. I'm like, man, that is a taller version of me. That's not possible that there's a 6'8" Filipino guy dunking out. And I was a
Yeah.
fanboy ever since. I just watch him and then finally had the courage to come up to him and say, "Hey, you're my idol." And then that's where I met him. So
And then we're family now.
yeah, we're family now, and then I got him to enter our little Filipino basketball tournaments, and we are basically cheating, having him. So that's how we met, and then speed it up, visits to the Philippines, and nothing but
Always memorable.
we don't want to go down that avenue. Yeah.
Let's just say it was super fun. Whenever I think of you and the rest of the crew, it's like, wow, those are the days.
Yeah.
But fast forward now. Now you're owning your company. Do you feel as though that from doing all the marketing and all the promotions during that time really help you build what you have now? Because I know I've always been inspired on how you are such a people's person.
Right. I mean,
So yeah.
yeah, I realize it more than ever right now at this given moment because
Mhm.
sometimes I create something and then I just let it be and get kind of lazy. Then this
Mhm.
quarantine hit, and then
Right.
I had to like start over again.
Hmm.
Like it was that Tuesday right after they announced shelter in place, and I had to like think about, man, what can I do? We're gonna have to change everything. Everything that I
Yeah.
built this time might not be able to happen. So I had to go back to the marketing well and just
Uh-huh.
change up the game and just went back to the grind. I have a good partner in the house, is my baby mom, and she's we have a 2-year-old and she's taking up 100% of that work because it's as an entrepreneur, there's no way you could run one of these without help. You would have to be a single person, running it and being crazy as I was back in
Mhm.
95 all the way to 2003, where
Yeah.
you just eat, sleep, drink, bleed your business. I'm able to still kind of halfway do that.
Mhm.
Well, being a father, because I have a partner in the house, it's just impossible to do it without
Yeah.
that help. So yeah, the marketing nowadays, like
Yeah.
I use the same grind that we had before there was social media. Now
Mhm.
it's easy because we
Yeah.
got all of these platforms. Before I had to like print out flyers. All right, we have 10,000 of them. All right, we're gonna go out to every car and put it out.
Right.
Most of these
Mhm.
flyers aren't gonna work because they're not art, but we're just gonna shoot them out like bullets, and one of them's gonna, you know, one out of it's a numbers game. 1 out of 50 is gonna come to our thing. It's
Right.
now it's more direct, and
Mhm.
being that I'm promoting food now, it's even
Mhm.
easier because you
Yeah.
know everybody like it's just even when you're like food brings everyone together, being like let's just say where if you have a broken family or people fighting and one thing that auntie can do to pull us together is food. I look at that
Right.
same situation, yet
Mhm.
I'm cheating because I chose lumpia and everybody
Yeah.
wants lumpia. So when you go to my window here in Oakland, California, the most diverse city and I don't know that
Mhm.
I've ever seen, the people that we're gathering, there's no racism. I mean, sure, there's a lot of different people, which is great. It's just like I'm bringing a whole
Yeah.
motley crew of people that like
Mhm.
one thing, which is food and deep fried lumpias. And that
Yeah.
that's what I learned. I mean, yeah, what we're promoting is what everybody loves. Now, today's marketing, you have the tools to just
Mhm.
blast it out, you know?
Yeah, one post you hit like more than 50 people, you know. And
Yeah.
like you said before, you're grinding out, going to the parking lot, trying to give flyers to people. Sometimes, they just throw it, you know. So
Yeah.
now,
You had that, like, even back then though, you still had to develop the mentality of, like, you got to be able to take denial. You got to be able to be proud of what you're promoting. Like, don't promote something that you don't believe in just because you got to get a paycheck. Then,
yeah,
maybe you don't believe in what you're promoting, then that you have the wrong job. But I made this company myself, so maybe even if I didn't believe in it, I'm gonna promote because my life, it depends on it. But it's just
yeah,
before, you know, you had to just sell. Like, why should you entertain what I'm promoting? And that's what I do. All the food that I make is not like culinary chef driven. It's not. i'm
yeah.
not I'm not that guy. I'm just the guy that learned from the nightlife experiences when we used to go to, after the club, and these are things that make me happy. And I'm like, if I'm gonna like it,
Yeah,
someone else is going to. Hopefully more than, you
right.
know, that. So yeah, that I mean,
Well,
it's
that's the one thing or main thing that I'm very inspired by you is that you brought all the experiences, the food, the music, the culture. You brought it all together with
yeah.
such a um, simple dish.
What
Let's go back to that. What made you choose lumpia? Because now
because
you're like super chef. Like I watch all your videos, like you're super fast, and like, you're like, dang, go Alex.
hey,
So
don't even
why
lie.
lumpia?
Don't even lie. When I brought it to you up the first time, you're like, I don't know. We're just doing lumpia. You all the closest people to me because I saw something in it. And the
Mm,
one thing that I've done more than anyone that we know or in this world was just get to travel the world. All right. I traveled the world promoting people, promoting shows, and I wasn't really making that much
yeah.
money. I was just learning. That was what I got to learn on what the night lifestyle eating is in Quezon City or in Makati, or the best
Mm,
pastrami sandwich in New York at 2 a.m., or go to
yeah.
Chicago and get the Italian beef. But, and you go to all these places, and there's
Mm,
places that you could get tacos, there's places you could get cheesesteaks, there's places you could get burritos. But nobody ever said, if we're in the cab in Manila, and yeah, they say, hey, let's go to North Park, or
yeah.
go to, or let's go to McDonald's. That's it. But my dream was like, you know, to have ability to have lumpia. Like, everybody loves lumpia. Like if yeah, that's why I've been able to succeed, or the product has, because I chose the right product to flip up, you
Right.
know, and do it my own way. So no one can say that, oh, that's not as good as my aunties, or that's not as good as my friend that's a chef, because they never made what I make, and I put a brand behind it,
Right.
and it's fun. You
Yeah.
you, you that we're very passionate what we're creating
Yeah.
here.
You made lumpia cool and even cooler with your partner now,
Yeah.
apart from your wife, right? So how did that come about?
Well,
Introduce he's one of the Bay Area legends, right?
yeah, yeah. He is the one of two or three Bay Area rap musicians
Yeah.
uh, from what of in the whole game, but for the Bay Area, he's from Vallejo, and
Yeah.
Vallejo is probably top three per you know population per capita Filipino towns in all of America.
Mhm.
There's probably like Chula
Yeah.
Vista, San Diego, and West Covina, Eagle Rock in LA. Vallejo and Daly City are those places. And
Yeah.
E40 Earl Stevens, he
Mm-hmm.
grew up in Vallejo. And in Vallejo, the top two demographic nationalities are Filipino and African American. So he always
Mm-hmm.
tells a story. Yeah, I lived across the street from the Burdans, and the Burdans would make lumpia, and I would drink my
Yeah.
40s across the street, and the Burdans would drop off lumpia and be hella good.
Yeah.
People need to know that lumpias is my favorite dish. Like it's
Yeah,
oxtail.
I see his videos.
There's oxtail, and then there's grits, but I don't eat grits no more. But lumpia,
Yeah.
people need to know this is my favorite dish. And
Yeah.
that's where he started telling me how to make lumpia. I said, all right, man. So that's where he balanced me out and said, you need to make the traditional ones, the ones that I like, you know, put the veggies and the meat in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is what my mom does, whatever, you know. So, but I want to
So did
change it.
you know him already, or did he approach you?
He approached a mutual DJ E-Rock,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, E-Rock, I need to talk to your guy. Because he
Yeah.
sees like all of my friends that are DJs and promoters and artists rocking my shit, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, I want to tap into that because he fell in love with the brand, the logo, it stands
Wow.
out. And
Yeah.
then you got the flames there, you know, and the trademark. And then I got his T-shirt here. See, this is what you guys call self-promotion here. Yes,
Right.
and this is Nick's favorite team,
Yeah.
the 49ers, but this is 40s Lumpias.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So yeah, so like that's how we got along, and it was like a year of negotiating, or a year of him watching me from afar, seeing if we could make these moves. And then it finally came
Mm-hmm.
to a time. I said, "Come on, man." He saw me on local news, and he gave me a call. Hey, you're doing your thing. I like what you're doing. And
I
then
think I remember we had a conversation. I think I was talking to you about something, and you're like, "Yeah, I have something cooking with him. Wait for a second. Let's see how it falls out." And then all of a sudden, I see you guys shaking hands on social media. I was like, "Wow, Alex is amazing. You know, you're doing it."
hey, there's this brand I gotta tell you about. They have the best coffee ever. Watch out for it. It's called
Oh my goodness.
this
Can we
logo.
plug it?
Everybody knows this logo, and everybody's gonna know this one pretty soon too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
that's the point I'm trying to make. Mm.
So, your story is super inspiring, and it goes in the line of what we are talking about today, being empowered during this quarantine. Of course, throughout your journey of your life and what all the businesses, all the jobs that you've been through had challenges. So, in light of what's happening today, I know you briefly talked about your challenge, not having meat and things like that. How do you motivate yourself? How do you come out of that that negative feeling of like, I got this, and I know you're one of those guys that we don't know if anything negative is happening to you. You're just working hard. So is there anything new that you've changed in your habit?
So everybody, where I let myself go is at home, like where I'm at right now, you know. So
Yeah.
at the end of every day, you knock it out, and then you're thinking, in these times, you're like, it a new rule could happen tomorrow that could shut me down. So it's just no
Right.
matter how good that we're doing, I'm always going to sleep game planning. I come home and my head's not even there with my family as much as it needs to be. I see connecting the audio, something's coming up here, and
Yeah, keep going.
but I'm just crazy in the head like that, and it's not fair to my family at all times, so, but that's just how my head is. It's like, I just got to make sure that we're always two steps in front, ahead
Mm.
before something else hits us. You always have the contingency. So it's just that when that quarantine went down, we were at an
Yeah.
all-time high in sales and staffing, and it was all great. And then they just put the quarantine down, the shelter in place down on like Saturday or Sunday. The next day we opened on Tuesday. Employees are walked in with their heads down, and I'm like, wow, I got like 10 people that I'm employing, and all of us, including myself, paycheck to paycheck, so we depend on this. This is a family. We all provide, and we try to put it on the table. So this is a time that, I was just, I'm always joking around at work and stuff. And then serious Alex came in, and people were like, I had to get my game face on and just let people know, like, hey, yes, this is we're at war with this virus, and but one thing that we do is make people happy, guys. And what we're gonna do, and I my heart believed in it, but I was scared as hell. I walked into work. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna knock this beast out, and I told him, we're gonna make history. Lumpia Company is we're gonna show people what we're made of right now, and we're just gonna continue to work hard and play by the rules, and just be safe every day, and get better at all our individual crafts, and just and when that happened, right when the quarantine hit us, our sales just went through the roof. Like we couldn't handle. We sold out with our supply, and we're worried about what to do the next day, because the great thing is that my partner, my wife Sophia, she's the person that created this takeout window thing for me, and I was just the vendor. I fell in love with the landlord, right? So my landlord helped me conceptualize a good takeout option where we can stay lean for the future and not have the most sexy restaurant, but we have a New York style takeout window where people could walk up and get their food. And our model is proving to be successful at this time. So that's where my problems are. How do I meet the demand, or how do I find the ground beef? Like, because it's all out. So they have new challenges, which are great challenges, and I'm very lucky to have that. So what I did was, I empowered my team, say, hey, we're gonna be all right. Trust me. Let's all trust in each other. And to this day, we've grown 150%. And I just hired 2 new people today, because it's just, that's great. And, the government is trying to help out all the small businesses, to help people, keep working. And we're going to do just that. 100% of our staff and more are working at this moment. So it's been great. See, my partner, she's giving light now. So you can see
tell your wife, I would love to meet you one of these days when we can finally visit you guys. Great job.
We're all about you guys. And one thing I learned from Nick Velasco is make a baby with somebody that's almost the same height as you, because and she's Chinese, so she's probably gonna be about 5'10", not 6'7" or 6 foot like you guys. But I'm doing a lot better than like my other Filipino brothers. So hopefully we got.
Speaking of better partners, we are so proud of you. I'm pretty sure Nick is about to tell you how proud he is of you. This is challenging times, and you're doing it. You're keeping that high spirit. You're helping your team. I know it's hard to manage people, and Nick can talk about that too, because he's managing a big company or a big team. So, hey, I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Totally different to the times we were in. What you mentioned it, North Park. Hi, Nick.
Those were fun, man. Nick, what's up, man? Is he there?
What's up, my brother? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. That's my Nick is my doppelganger, man. If I if I was in what's that movie? Not doppelganger. He's my avatar. If I was plugged to the machine.
Alex already mentioned when he first met you at the Pro-Am. You're saying that you're Portuguese, did you say? Or are you?
Oh man,
It was just too amazing. I couldn't believe he was Filipino. That's all.
I was just telling some friends just now. They didn't know what I was. Black, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Native American. They had no idea.
I was in doubt.
And nobody would have thought Filipino was what I was. So
Until-
you're the one guy. You're the one guy that used to come watch me at the pro-am, and you knew I was Filipino.
You know why? Because your name starts with a B, not Velasco, but Velasco.
Yeah, that's not Filipino.
Velasco. But the way you could say it, Velasco. See?
Hey man, I just wanted to jump in real quick and say how proud I am of you, man. I've been watching your journey ever since back in the day when what was it, 03 when I played in your tournament at Hayward State?
You're cheating, bro. You're a little cheat code. You're playing against
03
guys, bro. That's
no, those guys were 6'6" and 6'8". But no, it was great. So ever since then, what you guys were doing around the Bay, all your events, all the way up until now, you're a business owner and a entrepreneur, and you're taking the whole world by storm with this Lumpia thing, and it's pretty amazing to watch, man. I'm proud of you.
Man, we're still going, bro. The grind is still the same. It's just more things to worry about. But I'm happy. I'm happy that I have something that is really solid. Honestly. So just you were there since the hard days, man.
Yeah. Well, one thing that never changed was your work ethic, and that's kind of the same with me. My work ethic is what makes me successful in what I get involved in. I don't really know business. I don't have a business degree, and I don't know your background as far as business, but it's your work ethic that's really pulling you through everything, and that's the key. If people can understand that, you can learn everything else, but you can't learn that work ethic. It has to come over time, and it has to be a habit. It's got to be a way of life.
But sometimes you just have natural gifts like you, bro. Because when's the last time I hit a game winner? But when's the last time you hit a game winner? Like
man,
this year, bro. Game winner. That's
not this year.
Every man's dream. Hit a game winner, and you have a gym cheering your name after the buzzer. The buzzer stops, man. You were able to do that 10 years later after your retirement, man. Now that's
I got lucky there. I didn't get hurt.
Oh,
but man. Hey, now it's about game winners in business, and I think right when I jumped on, you guys were talking about the COVID era and what are we going to do post lockdown and how you're navigating the lockdown. And it's crazy. Like, to be honest, in the beginning of this, I'm sure you can say the same. I had anxiety attacks, trying to plan with how we're gonna continue business and how we're gonna evolve. And it doesn't change. Like every day it doesn't stop changing. Every day there's something new that we got to navigate. So how did you? I know I missed a little bit, but how did you get through all that? Like, what was your main focus?
I mean, the main focus was just now I had to step up and be a better leader, because before all this was happening, it was kind of on cruise control and everything was good. But then when that happened, then I have to watch over the procedure of every employee when they walk in the kitchen, when they show up to work. Everything has to be compliant. I want to make sure everybody gets their hours. I got to do some paperwork and apply for, payment protection plans to make sure they're there. I suck at paperwork, man, but I had to learn that stuff. I'm just a creative guy, but I learned to delegate and bring on partners that are better than me at things, to make sure we're okay, because it's more than just me. It's, my daughter, my partner, and all the employees, and just all that sweat, blood, and tears that we put into creating this. I will not let this go. It's just too much work I put into it. So we had to we had to just do whatever worked, and that was just a daily basis. You monitor what works, and with social media and marketing, you know, I hate talking on the camera, but I have to. I'm just kidding. I love talking on the camera. So,
I was say, what? What happened, Alex?
if people don't know, before this YouTube era and YouTube started, I was doing video.
You would have been a YouTube star, that's for sure.
I was doing YouTube type of videos before there was YouTube, and there was a platform to put them on. So, Leanne V and all you viral stars, that's like my Al Bundy talking.
Hey, you're one of those few guys. I have a few guys that used to leave me real long voicemails, just like a 10-minute voicemail for no reason.
Yeah,
you're one of those guys.
I'm that guy. What do you? Nobody else does that to you.
You're the only one.
Oh,
There she is. Hi, baby girl. So for sure, I was going to ask you, what is your why, right? What motivates you? Of course, that's the answer right there. I think that's the big difference to why you are the Lumpia Chef right now, or you are Alex Retodo right now.
I don't know who I am. I want to be a better father and just share what we've built with the world and give people the opportunity to get that Filipino love everywhere, back in Australia, Philippines, all the way here. Those are the goals. Those are the plans, and to get her on the tennis court like you.
Yeah.
When we go to Manila, she's gonna have to have lessons and do the
for sure. I'll be ready for her. But earlier, Nick, I just wanted to share with you. I was telling Alex that the reason why we're so inspired by him, because he's always been a people's person. He's always wanted people happy, and I think from promoting events before, it was like every person we met, I think in that environment or in that group or community, everybody knew your name, and I think you were the guy to really connect people together, just so that everyone can enjoy each other's company, and now that you have your own company, you're still doing the same thing. And I think that is really the advantage of respecting others and doing good for the universe, is that you're blessed. It comes back to you. Now your reward is coming back. Of course, you still have to grind, but I think the number one thing is having or doing good things for others. Being selfless.
But just to add to that, you're one of the real ones, and right now during this situation everyone's in, all the ones that weren't really in it 100%, they're going to fall by the wayside, and that's where I got 100% faith in what you're doing. You're gonna be compliant, like you said. You're gonna make sure you take care of your people. You're gonna have a strong team around you, and like what Mafae said, that's all a big reflection on you, because none of that stuff would happen if you didn't have that integrity through the years, from back in the 90s all the way up until now. All the same people are still cool with you around the world.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Go ahead, Alex.
To me,
I just want to say, speaking of friends, we've got some friends in, guys. We have shout out to Harvey Carey. He's listening to us.
That's Manila Black right there, guys. You know
and
that?
Jen
Redondo. Jen,
listening.
I babysat Redondo before. Yeah, that's another story.
But yeah, these are the people that also have, we've met through you. We've all enjoyed each other's company, like just enjoyed like life. We're all in serious business now. We've watched you grow, Alex, in a way, and we're so proud. I think when Nick and I were still in the States, we saw you often. We pretty much stayed at your brother's house, so that was nice. But
he would just pop up. He would just pop up. I didn't even tell him where we live.
The kids.
I didn't tell him where we live. He popped up with a Warriors jacket, Warriors hat on. I'm
Yeah,
like, damn.
I thought we were gonna be in the Bay together, bro. I was sad.
Hey, but when we moved over there,
I'll visit,
you
don't
sure
worry.
found us easy.
I was sad. I said, yeah, got him to move. I got my idol to move into my brother's spot, dude. I was like, yeah, that's San Mig's best right there, bro. Yeah,
Basketball pulled me back, man. Basketball won't let me leave.
I know. But I'm so happy you guys are doing what you're doing back home, and like the main things that always inspired me to create is just to create experience and to share the community that I know and experienced in every place that I traveled. Just like when we went to the Philippines, I was the first one to create this little, like, we tried to make our own little tour of like the the Philams come into the islands and stuff like that. And then you were like my access to, like, hey, we could get you into these PBA games and have that front row experience like like no other that you can't get anywhere else. And every time that we tapped in, or every time that I have family that taps in, you guys always take care of them. It's like I feel so bad that I can't do half the things that we can, we want to do back and forth, but I'm gonna get there.
Oh,
So,
No, it's all good. We'll give you our address. Just send us a bunch of boxes of lumpia, and we'll be straight.
yeah.
you know how much that frozen shipment is gonna be, bro? Like,
It's all good, man. Hey, dry ice. Just throw it on dry ice.
you got 2 days, but we gotta have the party that has the hookup to get it past the president, bro.
We'll just slide him some. He'll be happy.
Yeah. But
On a serious note, though, Alex, of course, we've got people listening in that want to know how. I mean, our campaign is self-love. So, of course, through the hustle and bustle, through these challenging times, we have to take care of ourselves, right? We have to make sure that we're healthy first before we take care of others. So, is there anything that you normally do, or have you added any routine to what you do daily before maybe work or after work? Is there like meditation? Is there workout involved?
Man, I get motivated by like these guys that are like, changing their lives in the gym, but I take their method and not use it in the gym because like this guy is like a bodybuilder back in the day, and I'm like, dude, gonna get like you, bro. And then he's just like, he was telling me you could do it, and then I'm like, no, I can't, man. And he's all, hey, you don't got kids, you ain't got no excuse, bro. And I thought about it, and I said, you're exactly right. So I said, well, I'm not gonna apply that to bodybuilding. I'm gonna apply that to building. This is like right after I got a relationship, moved out of LA, and just had one more chance for one more passion project. And you almost just got to go psycho with it and build that business. And just, if you believe it, I've done this too many times. If I was gonna make a theory to Nick, is like, never be afraid to take that shot, or else you might never get that shot again. You miss, then you get back on the court and get a chance to take another shot. So that's what I'm saying. Like, believe something's great, go all the way through with it, and that's just what I took from that. There's no excuse. She wants my hat.
Well, that's that Mamba. That's that Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got that Ray Allen too. You got that.
This is that
Ray Allen.
My friend does like ink brows, and then she sent me a picture and said, I could restore your hairline. And I said, like nobody's gonna know that I was bald already. Like, I can't get away with that.
Nah, you just gotta go with it, man. It looks good on you, man. It looks good.
Well, I'm gonna be Lumpia Chef, and then the next day I'm gonna be Keith Sweat with the line right here. Gonna look like yeah, bro.
But no, that's that Mamba mentality that you hear about Kobe. He's gonna wake up at 3 a.m. and get his work in because he knows everyone else is sleeping. Or Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is gonna outwork everyone. He's not gonna lose in practice. So it's cool that you said that, because I think that would be inspiring to a lot of people that you took that mentality that athletes use and you transferred it into your passion project.
And in another term that I like to always share, like a motivational thing, is like when you're creating something that you you really believe in,
Yeah.
you really want to take advantage of that opportunity. Don't sit there and just watch the paint dry. Create that picture, create that opportunity that you believe is going to happen. If you just sit there, then it's that picture is not going to be there, or that opportunity is. You're not going to be able to take advantage of it. Put in what you need to put in right now and make it happen. And it's as simple as that. And even if it doesn't work, you knew you tried your best and you learned what doesn't work for you. I've done this cycle 10 times before I came out with the Lumpia company, whether it's hanging out with comedians, doing parties, or doing sports tournaments. Those were all great things that created knowledge for me and community. I met you guys, met everybody else. Finally, I said, what can I build that has the greatest potential and that everybody, more than just Filipinos, can love? Food, and lumpia. So that's I got smarter as we got. So it's a journey and a process.
Yeah,
Well,
it
with
seems
that
so
journey-
simple to think about, right? But
Yeah.
you
With that
actually
journey-
have the formula. Yeah, go ahead.
What
Nick.
you did was you set that foundation, and that's what success is built on. It's built on hard work and foundation. So your foundation is solid. I mean, when we started posting just the past couple of days that you were going to be on Mafae's thing right here, people started writing in like, "Oh, that's my boy Alex Retodo," and I'm like, "Wow, like I didn't even know that our friends knew Alex." But that's all based on all those years of putting your foundation in place and meeting the right people and treating people the right way.
Yeah, that's just what I did back in my 20s and 30s. Is just, let's travel and learn. Let's learn what everybody's doing, because I've done a lot in San Francisco, but I want to meet everybody. I want to meet the people, the gatekeepers of every city, just see how it's ran. And I learned from that. And I now I have those things, those keys to those cities, and just to make things flow, make things reconnect. And I guess all the,
It
is
is also a life investment that you've done, just building the relationships, because anything that you build, let's say your company now, if you didn't build those relationships in the past, no one will trust you. No one will really, appreciate what you're doing. But when you build those relationships, you respected others, you did selfless things for others. That's when they're like, oh, Alex is doing this, I'm there, and that's something that I'm really trying to encourage and teach my students, or the people that I come across with, is that take care of your relationships, take care of yourself, no matter where you are in the world. Be good to others. You don't have to fake it till you make it, but you have to be real. You have to be that, you have to be transparent. And the favorite word of Nick is integrity. You have to have that, because people can see right through you. They will already judge it and be like, hey, okay, she wasn't like that before. Why is she like that now? And
Right.
with you, Alex, that's one thing that everybody, I think, can agree with me, is that you've always been you. You've been this since we've met you.
Man, $1 Alex is the same as the $1,000.
All right, exactly.
And exactly what you said, I told that to my mom. She didn't believe me, but now she does. So.
Yeah. So
Hey,
okay, so what do you
Wait,
see?
I just want to
Oh,
take
go
this
ahead.
opportunity real quick. I need that hat in black and orange.
I knew he was gonna say that.
I need that hat right there in black and orange.
Okay, right now.
Snapback's cool because my head's hella big, so I need something I can adjust.
Have you seen the black?
Actually, we might have the same size head. So
have you seen the black and orange one?
I have seen it, and
Okay.
I made a mental note,
How about this one?
and I see the Niner gang too.
40s Lumpia.
Oh, 40s Lumpias. Okay,
Yeah.
I need that too. Triple extra large. I'm still stuck in the 90s. It's a triple extra large.
Javon Kinalau.
But
And just
hey,
to plug, guys, I'll Alex's handle, so you guys can check out his all his accessories that he's wearing. You know, all his gear. He's selling them too.
Coffee,
Yeah.
Starbucks. Check it out.
Yeah, coffee. But yeah,
But
just
hey,
before we wrap
I'm
up,
gonna get all that stuff shipped out to me here in the Philippines. I'll be sending you my address soon.
I've been
But,
waiting for that San Miguel jersey, bro. For
we got it. It's right there in
1 year.
Stockton.
I
It's
think I
right there
gave
in
you one
South
already.
Stockton.
Green. I want the green one, bro.
Oh, you want that one? We
Yeah.
can arrange something. But hey, I got to get back to work. My bosses are probably watching this right now. I got to run back to the office.
Hey,
I love you, man.
Mafae dresses you up nice, bro. I like the comments.
Hey, this shirt is like 10 years old.
That's his casual wear. Can you believe that, Alex? That's casual wear now.
We're gonna
my clothing game is terrible, but hey, I love you, man, and I gotta run. But I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah, bro. Got you.
Okay,
you,
Alex, just to wrap up, I want you to share what's new, or what are you looking forward to? You know, after this quarantine is done, after this lockdown's done, what's going to be exciting for the Lumpia company?
Man, there's so much on my list that I'm not sure is gonna happen because you're not sure what's gonna open up. But
Sure.
I mean, what we should have been doing at this time was we were selling lumpias at the Giants game, and we're already in talks with a lot of other sports stadiums. And my love and passion is just, I want to grow up just with my kids watching sports, baseball games and football games and basketball games, and give that convenience for the casual sports fan to get some deep fried, freshly cooked lumpias inside the stadium, and just see our favorite appetizer, in the world at these places that we all love to watch games. But who knows, when are we going to start watching those games? We're already in there with the Giants. The Niners said yes, like, let's do something next season. But we want to be everywhere. LA, Chicago, but we're going to show what we're doing here in California, and then expansion is going to come really fast with that. And you see tacos everywhere, you see Wetzel pretzels everywhere, you see people's favorite burritos, tacos. Like, you're gonna see the Lumpia Company. We have our walk-up window in Oakland, and that's the very fancy stuff. We're also gonna have the other stuff, that I could send everywhere. So that's in the future, and a lot of other concepts that are just inside the food industry. But right now, it's just, we're feeding the frontline people. Today, I had to feed about 150 frontliners. It was a busy day. We went to the hospital and dropped it off there, and we collectively, me and other food artisan companies have raised over 6,000 meals already. So our goal is to eclipse 10,000 pretty soon and keep going, because it's great. And people are granting us that money, so they're helping us small food businesses to feed those people that can use the food on their lunch breaks. So that's cool.
Well,
that's
really amazing, Alex. We're gonna pray for you, pray for your company, especially at this time. A lot of people are grateful for what you're doing. I know that you will be more successful after all this. You have the work ethic, you have, the strength and the ability to lead others. So for sure, there are so much other blessings for you. I will plug in all your social media so that people can check out what you have going on. Shout out to James Walkvis. He's listening right now. And I know you visited Alex already before. I saw that.
I couldn't even, he walked up to the window and he looked like this. I get one bacon cheeseburger. I'm like, hey, you get what? Look down. Oh yeah, it was like that. And he's good friends with Albert also. So
yeah, oh, that's
he
good.
Met at your guys' house, right? Before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours too. But again, thank you, Alex. We could talk forever. You know, we miss you. We're so proud of you. We're gonna, I'm gonna have so many more other platforms to help you market yourself and your company. So keep doing what you're doing. We're here cheering you on.
Okay, but hopefully next time you see me, I'll have try to work on the second kid because I gotta catch up to you. Impossible. Super mom.
It's all right. You have the Lumpia company is like twins to you right now. So
It is.
Trust me, having a company is also challenging, and you're doing it.
A conference with you on parenting, like multiple things.
Yeah, that's another topic.
Nobody
you can ask about
like
that too.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But again, thanks, Alex. It's been awesome catching up. Okay. Guys, this is an inspiring man. Follow him. He is the Lumpia Chef on Instagram. His company is the Lumpia Company. He has so many great videos on there. You'll be laughing and enjoying those. So again, Alex, thank you so much. Enjoy your nights. And everyone, I have more episodes coming up, so watch out for those.
You catch them.
Alex.
Bye-bye.
See ya.